Hello, beautiful people. When I was younger, there were two reasons why I people pleased. The first one was to show how much I love them, how much I like them and respect them. It was my way to show them like, hey, I'm here putting your needs above my own needs. Don't you see how much I like you? And the second reason why I people pleased was to be liked by others. So in both cases, I was like, okay, whether I want you to know how much I like you or I want you to like me, and I'm gonna show you that, you know what, I am lovable, I am likable, and you can literally like me just because I'm doing anything you want me to do. Only right now I realize that no, people pleasing is not about love or liking someone or respecting someone. It's not about that. And to be honest, people pleasing is pretty far away from self-respect, self-love, and self-worth. People pleasing is a fear. And it is valid, okay? Biologically, with evolution, people pleasing is a fear, and that's how people survived. But also, it's all about the fear to not fit in. And again, it also goes to evolution. Let's go back a lot of thousand years ago when people lived in caves and they ate like once every week. You see, at that time, if you did not fit in, if you were not alone, if you would not cater to other people and kind of people please them, you would stay alone and you would die. Whether you would starve and die or just someone who is stronger would kill you. And so the only way to survive at that time was to people please. To show that, okay, if that person is stronger, I have to keep them next to myself. So if anything, we can kill this big elephant together. You had to be normal just like everyone else because simply that was the only way to wake up the next day. Now, let me tell you something. Right now, you don't have to fit in to buy food. You don't have to fit in to survive. You don't have to fit in to raise children, It's all about thousands of years ago, but our brain still remembers that, and our brain has this coping mechanism that every time we are in the situation when we feel like there is a person that is stronger than you, kind of the person that can attack you or has their own opinion that attacks other people, you're like, oh, okay, I have to people please them, I have to fit in, I have to stay close to them, because your brain doesn't realize that right now, we have supermarkets. Right now we have diversity of people and their opinions and styles and just everything. We have everything. Our brain doesn't know that, okay? The goal of our brain is to keep you alive. And you have to understand that and you have to say, okay, brain, thank you for keeping me alive, but let me ease your mind. If I'm not gonna people please right now, I won't die. I'm sure everyone was through some traumatic experience where you did not fit in or you did not cater to someone and you had some bad outcomes and you don't want to go through that again. And so now you also know, you also use your coping mechanism, aka people pleasing, to not be in that situation again, to not feel this way again. I get that. And this is again about fear. When I was younger, I knew that if I'm not gonna people please to some people, they're gonna put a finger on me and be like, hey, you did this, you are this, and you are that. Even though those words would not be true, they would say this in front of a lot of people and I would be like ashamed of it. And then other people would make some jokes about it. And I know that they did not mean any harm for you, but I was a child. And so the only way to survive in that group was to cater to other people. When I was younger, I really liked a guy. And I thought that if I'm gonna cater to him and if I'm gonna be very easy to talk to, if I'm gonna agree with everything he says, I thought that this way, that guy's gonna see like, oh wow, she's so cool. Oh wow, there are so many things that I can talk to her. Maybe he thought about this, but also I was cheating on myself because I was not true to myself and I was literally forcing myself to do things that I don't like, to do things that I don't enjoy doing just to show someone that I like them. Now, think about that. How many times we people please because of the love? If you perceive people pleasing as love, that means that you see this as the only way to show someone that you love them. Imagine being with such person your whole life, whether it's friendship or relationship. If you think that your whole life you can love someone by not staying true to yourself, and by catering to other people, will you enjoy that life? Why would you ever think that people pleasing is the only way to show someone that you like them? In this life, to be happy, you have to do from love, not for love. So people pleasing is basically you're asking for love. You're begging, please give me something. Because in your mind, you can't just come to a person and say, hey, I am lovable. You can like me just because I am that I am. If you love someone, you will definitely sometimes put their needs about yours, but not all the time, because you have to love people, but you have to love yourself more. You have to respect yourself. You have to know your self-worth, and you have to be confident that, you know what, if I'm going to do something from love and someone's going to cheat on me, I'm going to be fine because I trust myself. I trust myself so much that I'm not going to stop myself from loving. I'm going to love everyone. But if you do me wrong, bye boy. You don't have to be afraid that there is nothing to love about you. Just go for a walk or sit with your notebook and think about, what is lovable about me? You have to come to a point when there are no conditions why you can be loved by someone. And you have to sit and be like, what do you mean? What is lovable about me? Everything. I am lovable. That's all. That's all. Period. Love that comes out of fear is a need or obsession or addiction, whatever situation you are in. But love that comes from a fear is not true love. And the fear can be different. The fear can be that you will not fit in. You're not like everyone else. Everyone else is ahead of you. You are afraid of missing out on life. You can be afraid of solitude and loneliness. So no matter what happened in your life, whether that's a childhood trauma or your brain is just remember everything that was happening thousands of years ago, you don't have to people please to be loved by everyone, or to fit in, or to survive. You're not gonna die if you will not people please to people. You're not gonna die if someone's not gonna like you. The only people pleasing that I find valid is when you turn people pleasing and start pleasing yourself. Other than that, if you want to show someone you love them, then do something from love. You don't have to step over yourself to show someone you love them. You have to do this from love. And when it comes from love, people gonna know. It is so obvious when people try to people please, because that's when the chasing turns on. And again, our brain is wired the way that if someone is chasing us, we have to run. Because why would someone chase us? Think about the lion. When lion chase, that means that that animal that is chased is gonna die. Lion's simply gonna eat it. Same way our brain just thinks that, okay, if someone is chasing us, we have to run away from them. That's the circle of our life. And so as soon as you people please, the fear turns on in your life and the chasing turns on in other people's life. And so they're like, okay, first of all, they feel like they are chased, so they want to run away. And second of all, they feel the pressure of your expectation. So you see, when you want to be liked by someone, what you say to people is, you know what? You are responsible for saying whether I can be loved or not. And let's be honest, that's a lot of pressure for people. And everyone is dealing with their own problems. So when someone comes and be like, hey, look, I'm doing something for you so you can like me. Am I likable? If I do this, am I likable? The person unconsciously thinks that, damn, now I'm responsible for saying whether this person is likable or not. Now, I have 102 problems and now this one. And let me tell you, from the moment you were born on this earth, you are lovable. Being lovable doesn't mean that everyone's gonna like you. Everyone can, but do they want to? Start being a little bit selfish and asking yourself, what do I want from me? Notice when you people please. And when you do, start to reverse it. Be ready. Some people's gonna fall out of your life. Some people's gonna say that you're selfish. Why you're only thinking about yourself. The way you treat yourself inside will reflect on the outside world, because how you love yourself will show other people how to love you. You're literally teaching other people how to love you just by doing you every single day. If you're gonna put your needs on the second place, people will think, oh, okay, I guess if she's putting her needs on the second place, that I can put her needs on the second place as well. I don't need to consider her that much. You are basically teaching people how to treat yourself. And you have to realize that in this world, you are the only person that can consider your emotions and your feelings, because you are the only one that moves those lips, that feels those emotions, that goes through life just the way you do and no one else can. So you have to step up and show up for yourself, because no one else will until you're gonna teach them. And most of the times, the cure to people pleasing into voicing your opinions, voicing your feelings and emotions and your concerns. I always say to myself, hey, you will always have two ways to be uncomfortable. It's gonna be whether a few seconds when you're gonna voice your opinion, or it's gonna be years because you never said it. You have to understand that voicing opinions will not hurt people. Some people will disappear from your life. Good for you. Some people is gonna call you selfish because you stop prioritizing and considering them. Because in their eyes, they perceive you as someone who now ask them to people please you. No, it's not like this. You're not asking anyone to people please you. You're just asked to be considered, and you deserve to be considered. And if not by other people, then by yourself. And there will be other people that will finally realize how to treat you, because you showed them that, hey, I have opinions, I have feelings, and I have emotions. And people who truly care about you, they will listen to you, and they're gonna be happy to finally show the way you can be loved by them. When you discard all your feelings, you don't allow other people to love you the way they can and to love you the way you deserve. So if you're gonna start taking yourself into consideration, because no one around you cares to, and you're gonna be called selfish, so be it. The right ones will stick around and show just how much you can be loved. So go and be a little bit selfish today. Don't forget to be awesome. Bye.